Hey everybody, this is Vic from Culinary Crew. We're just going to do a quick video on what knife is the right knife to use. Excuse me. So you can see there's quite a few knives down here. Now I'm going to start with a general purpose knife. It's called a chef knife. This is a 10-inch chef knife. It's kind of an all-around utility kitchen knife. I'm sure you probably have some at home. This is an 8-inch. Same knife. Just smaller product, more precise cuts, larger product, more of a chop, a large vegetable julienne or something like that. Couple things on these knives, they're thinner here than they are here, and they're also obviously not as wide. So they curve the knife so you can get a little precise cuts, and they leave this heavy shank back here so that you can kind of get through product a little better if it's hard to get through. Again, all around chef knife, 10-inch, 8-inch, just depending on which product you're using. This big long bad boy is called a slicing knife. You probably can't see it. It's got a flat blade, but it has little waves in it right here. That's so the product won't stick to it. For instance, like prime rib or roast, when you slice through it, it gives it a little space between the meat and the blade so it doesn't stick. The key to this knife is sharpness and your stroke. Roast, prime rib, things like that. The next knife kind of looks like that knife, but if you look real close, and I'm not sure you can see that, but it's a serrated knife. This is a bread knife. This is a long one. We use this for slicing through our garlic bread bowls that we serve our pasta in. We use this every day. It's a good knife. It's nice and stiff so it doesn't waver through the bread so you can get a straight line. Excuse me. So next on the hit list, we got boning or fillet knives. Same knife, different shape, or size, excuse me. These are flexible knives. And that's so that you can kind of get around bone, get under things, and when you're filleting, you can get a nice even cut and kind of a very precise cut. That's why it's curved kind of heavily on the end, and that's also why it's flexible. So fillet and boning knife. You don't want to like julienne vegetables with these. You want to stick to this. All right, a couple smaller knives. This is a paring knife. Essentially is a little baby of the chef knife. Same thing, just more precise. You would use this on like melons, or if you were doing something really small, cutting up something really tiny or trying to get into something because it's got a nice point on it. This is actually a tomato knife, and I don't know if you can see that, but they're serrated, and these are little tiny serrate cuts, and it has a pointed tip. This is a tomato knife, so you can slice through tomatoes without squashing them, because a lot of times the skin will keep you back. And then it's pointed so you can kind of dig out the core of the tomato. So kind of a specialty knife. Couple more to go through. This is a dough knife. Yeah, it is a knife. It's not very sharp, but it's meant for pushing and cutting dough. But we use it on our pizza paddles to help slide our pizzas off, or our chicken parms, or whatever it may be. And they're also good for scraping your cutting board or getting flour or something off your cutting board if you were using some dough. Very useful tool. I use it every day. And then the intimidating knife, kind of cool, right? No, just kidding. This is a Japanese vegetable cleaver, and it looks intimidating, but it's actually the safest knife out of all of these. And it's because the blade's so far away from, and your hand is so far away from the cut. You really have to make a serious mistake to cut yourself with this knife. I levitate toward this knife a lot. It's got a good weight to it, and it's nice and meaty. If I'm doing like onions or julienning something, I tend to levitate towards this than this. And when you're chopping, you have a larger area to keep yourself from getting cut. When you're sliding that knife up and down, the wider the knife is, the safer you are. So, and then last but not least, we have a couple of sharpening tools. We have another one. It's a stone. I didn't bring it out here. It's a stone with oil. I'm sure you've seen them. We do that about once or twice a month. And on a daily basis, though, we use a pull sharpener. couple of pulls, really puts an edge on it. And then this is called a steel. And this steel is just meant to keep a fine edge. It's not going to actually sharpen your knife. It's just going to keep your knife kind of in tune. Quick last tip. You need to clean this thing because they do get dirty. This thing has little tiny little grooves in it. Take a wet towel and just a little spot of kosher salt, like that. And then you take this and you set it in there, wrap your hand, and pull straight. And then turn this over and repeat. Turn it over and repeat. What that kosher salt is doing is actually getting into the binds of this and the little grooves and cleaning out all the soot and whatever gets stuck in there. And it'll make a huge difference when you go to use this one versus a dirty one. So just a quick tip there. So hey, this is Vic, Culinary Crew. You're going to get to meet some of the other guys here in future videos. Please like and subscribe. We're going to have a lot of content. I think the next one we're actually probably going to do like an actual culinary one with food. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, but we're going to do something food oriented in the next video. So again, like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video, guys. Thanks a lot. Bye.